Hello everybody out there, and welcome back to another weekly comic book haul. And guys, we got a lot of books this week. Convergence is still going on. We are in the second to last week of Convergence, and we got a ton of Secret Wars tie-ins. We went through issue 1 and 2, so there's no Secret Wars 3 yet. That's next month, but the tie-ins began. So we've got a lot of books, and we're going to have a lot of books next week as well. Once Convergence ends, I feel like the pile will shrink at least a little bit. I also have a separate box I got in the mail with some classic comic books, so I'll be showing you guys that. And then we also had some comics sent to us, and we got a lot of nice extras. One extra I'm going to mention early is because it really doesn't pertain to the haul, but it is worth mentioning. I finally got a new phone, which I'm able to use internet on now, so I'm able to now work on and off site. In other words, I don't have to worry about being home to send a tweet or an Instagram post anymore, because now I have a phone that's allowing me to work outside of my Wi-Fi zone. And also, I would like to mention this. Tim mentioned this on a live show last night. Yeah, we're shooting this on Saturday. Friday night, we conked out after the live show. But Tim mentioned Comic Amino. As of right now, I am officially a I guess you could say I'm one of the members now on Comic Amino. You guys can find my profile. It's same as all my other ones, Chris Dark Avenger. You type it in like I show you here. It's got my regular logo. So if you see the logo, that's me. I know Tim already found me, so I'm sure it's not too hard to find profiles on Comic Amino. So I do have a profile on there. I will be sharing my videos on there. Maybe a couple of small thoughts here and there. It's a really interesting app and definitely something to play with when I have the extra time. But then again, thinking now, the only extra time I have, I'm usually doing something else. But anyway, I have it, so we'll see if I share some stuff on it. I definitely will be sharing my videos on it and work from Comic Frontline on it. That I can promise you guys. Other than that, I don't know about any other type of things. I'm still getting used to the app and seeing what exactly the app is about. I just got into it today. So that's the one honorable mention. News-wise, that's the big news of the week. I have a new phone. I did mention that on the live show. The live show I really talked about 300, so I don't want to continue to talk about the same stuff over and over again. We are really excited for 300, and we are setting up for it. Reviews, tomorrow is mine and Cindy's birthday party, so we are not going to be probably doing the indie review unless Mike and I are able to read all of our books. There are a fair amount of books this week from both indie and big two. So probably Memorial Day we'll be shooting during the day, the indie review, and we'll see if we finish the big two. But guys, like I said, the next 2 weeks we have a hefty amount of Secret Wars / Convergence books. Once Convergence is over and we start with Divergence, the DC books will go back to their normal 5 or 6 or 7 that I read and about 3 or 4 that Mike reads. I'll be trying out a couple of the number ones. I don't know if Mike's going to be trying out. I think, yeah, Mike's going to be trying out 1 or 2 of the number ones because of Justice League Dark, moving into Dark World, or there's a few books. So we'll be trying out a few number ones, not a lot, especially because of Secret Wars and a lot of the books that we are interested in with Secret Wars, but we will try out the books that are interesting to us. So, other than that, there's really no other news I can think of. Look forward to Dark Avenger Live episode 50 this coming Friday, unless otherwise. I'm going to say this Friday because I don't think we'll be doing Zone 4 on Friday, but if we are doing Zone 4 on Friday, which I think we did, I don't know, I can't remember off the top of my head. If so, then in 2 weeks we'll be doing Dark Avenger Live episode 50. I will be tweeting about it, so as always, follow me on Twitter, and you will be up to date with all the news for this channel, Comic Frontline, and everything else that I'm doing now, because now I can tweet and Instagram everywhere. This is this week's books. Only minus 1 book or 2 books. I think this week we're minus A-Force. Oh no, I think there's only 1 book this week. Next week is 2 books. So we're starting with the indies. We got Grimm Fairy Tales Presents The Little Mermaid, issue number 4. I've been loving this series. It's been an excellent read so far. If you guys haven't jumped on board with this yet, you're only 4 issues behind. I would definitely recommend checking it out. I'm enjoying this book, and I think you guys would as well, especially if you're a fan of Zenescope. Mega Man issue number 49. Worlds United is 1 issue, 1 month away, but as a matter of fact, next week's Sonic Universe actually begins the World Unite. Michael and I are going to attempt to get all the covers that make that gigantic poster, and by the time we get to the end of World Unite, we'll probably put it together. Either I'll share it on Instagram, or we'll share it in a video, or something. But we are going to try to get, there's a thing where all the covers connect into one gigantic poster, so we're going to try to get all of those. And so if you see the comic covers not exactly looking like covers like this, it's because we're getting the poster version. I'll talk more about that next week. We got Spawn issue 252, and I love the little poke to DC, and this was mentioned on the live show too, and I love that, and it made me laugh. It definitely did. It says the new 252. So there's Todd McFarlane's little poke at DC's new 52, and I found that funny. Alright, we're in Marvel now. We got a lot of times. We got Battle World issue number 1. We've got Spider-Verse issue number 1. I've been hearing a lot of really great things with Spider-Verse. The reason we got Battle World and we'll be getting Journal is because these are connected to the main series, and maybe it'll help flesh out the main series, because I know Michael especially has been having a hard time grasping everything, and as we all know, Jonathan Hickman, when it comes to writing, he writes a lot, so maybe these books will help us out. I don't know yet. I haven't read anything yet, to be honest with you guys. It's been a crazy Saturday. Tomorrow's going to be a crazy Sunday. And I'm just trying to catch up on the indie books at least. But Spider-Verse, I've heard good things about so far. I keep getting surprised with these. Daredevil issue 15.1. I didn't even realize there was a .1 coming out. So this was a surprise to me as much as it was to, as it is to you guys possibly. Or probably somebody you knew about it. We said we weren't getting this, but Mike decided to try it out. Deadpool's Secret Wars issue, or Deadpool's Secret Wars issue number 1. We got the Scotty Young variant. You know what that means. In case we don't like it, at least we came out with a really nice cover. Mike's got Masters of Kung Fu issue number 1. He enjoyed the previous miniseries, so hopefully he will be enjoying this as well. Got Star Wars issue number 5. Loving Star Wars. Star Wars is going really, really well. I'm really enjoying it a lot. I can't wait to get my eyes in that issue. Ultimate End issue number 1. I had to get the Spider-Man variant because I loved the first Ultimate Spider-Man cover. Unfortunately, was never able to get my hands on one, but at least I have the variant Miles Morales Spider-Man cover there. The final issue of Guardians of the Galaxy, issue 27. This is the NYC variant, where they're at the Metro. Of all places, they're in the Metro looking for train routes. Planet Hulk issue number 1. This is one of my anticipated books from this week. I'm hoping that I won't be disappointed. I've been hearing mixed reviews about this so far. So hopefully I'll enjoy it. I heard there really wasn't that much of the Hulks in it. It was more about Captain America. But again, hopefully it'll all work out. Most of the books this week were $5. So we'll see how I'm giving each book at least 2 issues to see if I like or don't like it. So we'll go from issue 2, but still got to read issue 1. The rest of the books are all Convergence. So Convergence, Justice League of America, issue number 2. New Teen Titans number 2. The only book I'll be covering on Frontline this week, Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes number 2. Flash, or The Flash, number 2. All of these books, by the way, at the end of the book, they're a little thicker this month, and that's due to the fact that after every story, what DC decided to do, I guess they backed out of adding an extra $1. But DC actually ended up putting in, at the end of each of these issues, a preview of one of the books coming out of Divergence. And a few of these books, if not most of these books, in the middle have, I don't know if it's a pullout or what, but it gives you a the new DC universe. I believe it looks like a pullout at least, but I doubt it because now that I'm looking at it, it doesn't look like it's in the middle of the book. Anyway, and it gives you a little bit of a 411 on what's going on, and then at the very end, of course, you have the checklist for all the books that are coming out from June 3rd to July 22nd. Apparently, Cyborg number 1 will be the only number 1 that comes out on in July instead of June. So Looking at this list, honestly, I see most of the books that I'll be interested in coming out the first week. The second week, the books trickle down. Third week, books are medium, and then fourth and week, I only see like one or two new ones, and then the regular ones that I've been getting. So DC's definitely going to be stepping back into the 5 or 6 comics, or 4 or 3 or 4 a week for me. Hopefully their books don't jump up to $3.99. I did not check yet. We'll find out when we do our pre-order next week. So continuing along, we got Hawkman. I'm going to speed this up because I want to get to the classic books. We got Swamp Thing. Got Batman and the Outsiders. Got Green Lantern Corps. Adventures of Superman. I'm looking forward to reading this one. And then we have the main Convergence book. And finally, everybody's very happy with Convergence now because it's actually leading or going the way we all thought it was from the beginning. Also, 2 books that we got from Superhero Nation. Huge thank you. Network. I knew I was going to say Nation. I kept saying to myself, don't say Nation. Superhero Network. The link is right here. shncomics.com. So if you're interested in these books, you can check them out there. Mike and I will be reviewing both of these on Frontline at some point, either this week or next week, depending on the books and our ability to read these after reading all the other stuff we have. But they sent us Zombie Affectation. Yeah, I'm going to say that. Issue number 1. And the last of the Myrmidons. Right? Would you say the same thing?
Mm-hmm.
So a huge thank you to Superhero Network for sending these out to us. We will definitely be checking these out, and we definitely will be reviewing them. They probably won't make it to the indie review this week because we got a lot of indie books. Next week, we'll be jumping into Dirk Manning. So we're taking another week off with Dirk Manning's books. We'll be jumping into those next week, and we'll definitely jump into these next week as well. And look forward to solo reviews of both of these books, like I said, on Comic Frontline. So, huge thank you again, and hopefully we'll be getting more stuff from them if they like our reviews. So, here's the classic pile. It's not as big as the new pile, but I figured since I got Flash 92, which is the first appearance of Impulse, I was also going to grab issues 93 and 94 to complete the story arc. It actually leads into, ironically, 0 Hour, which is something that I was very infatuated with last month. I got the trade paperback for 0 Hour. I got a lot of issue zeros for certain characters, so I just kind of found it funny that these 2 issues took place around that time. Also, I got one book that has a Superman connection to it. You guys saw last week I got the Ray 1 and 2, which had Superboy. This time I got Year 1, the Ray, the 1995 annual, which has Superman guest starring in it. Bloodlines was a series that happened around the time where the 4 Supermen were around. So I got Bloodlines Superman Annual number 5 and Bloodlines Superman in Action Comics Annual number 5. I have them both in the same cover because one of them came in a very, very badly ripped cover. So I just put them together. So I have those 2. I got Superman the Man of Steel Annual number 3. Superman Annual number 3. I want to make sure, yeah, the rest of these, that's the last Superman book. I got 2 Spider-Man annuals. I actually got a Web of Spider-Man Annual number 1 and Web of Spider-Man Annual number 2. So ironically, I got 1 and 2. Number 1, I really, really like the cover. Number 2, I really, really like the cover, and number 1 is a double-sized annual, so I definitely wanted to try these out. All these books were under $2 each. Speaking of 0 Hour, this showed up. You know, Midtown every single week updates their back list, and this showed up on the back list, and I wanted to grab this before it sold out. Green Lantern issue number 0. This is the origin of Kyle Rayner, and I actually do have one more annual. Adventures of Superman Annual number 8. This came out around, ironically, the 2 years before. I thought it was 98, 96. So I got a lot of Superman annuals, an issue 0, 2 Spider-Man books. For the 300th celebration, we're probably going to have a bigger pile of, old books, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. But these are just for collector's purposes. Maybe I'll review them someday, but for the most part, it's just to add on to my Superman collection and to a few of my back-ordered collections. Two other things I got. As I said during the live show, I finally got my hands on the Matty Superboy. This is the real Superboy, the Connor Kent Superboy pre-New 52. So I was really happy to get this. And as I've been loving and showing off almost everywhere, so you guys who've watched the live show already know I got this, the Signature Collection Doomsday figure. Now, in the last haul video, I showed you guys the San Diego Comic-Con variant that you could get there. This one is the one that you can get on Matty.com right now if you're interested in it. I'm going to put that, I'm going to let that fall apparently. So, there's the white box. This figure actually comes in a really nice slipcase, as I showed during the live show. I want to make sure everybody, they can see it right. It's full Doomsday. You slide this guy off, and you get a really nice figure. This is one of this figure and the other Doomsday figure I'm keeping in package. Now that you guys can see it on camera, because during the live show the broadcasting camera doesn't catch this as well as I'm sure this camera does. But this figure is in a perfect pose with a perfect background. I mean, you've even got like the smoke and everything put into the packaging. Really nice packaging. You got a piece of the issue number 75 of Superman where they have the cape and the people mourning that's where Superman had died. This pose is perfect for the figure. I don't feel a need, and it's actually labeled the final figure, but that's actually not true because Damian Wayne and Aquaman with the hook actually were just released from Matty. This is the final figure in the subscription line. Apparently Matty is still going to be making DC toys, just not under a subscription ban. I don't know how they figured it out, but they're still doing certain DC comic figures, unless these figures came out before and they're just reissuing them. But anyway, the packaging for this figure is gorgeous. To take this figure out and to just stick it in between all my other figures would do this figure a huge injustice. It's so perfect. It's in a great pose. It has a perfect background, perfect stand, because you guys know sometimes figures after a while, especially when you take them out, the joints get loose. It's just in a perfect place right here for right now. Will it always be in this, like I said on the live show? No. You never know what'll happen. Maybe I'll find a special shelf where I'll want to display them outside of their box. But for right now, I think that the two Doomsday figures I got from Matty, the best place for them to be is in their packaging. There's no reason to take them out, honestly, especially with all the figures I have right now. I think they're, for display purposes, best off right where they are. So I unfortunately won't be able to do a review of this or the other Doomsday figure, but this is a gigantic figure. Lots of articulation. A lot of people have reviewed this figure already. I have to give this figure an excellent 5 out of 5 stars. I will say that. Same thing with the other Doomsday. If you can get your hands on this or the San Diego Comic-Con variant of this figure, I would definitely recommend it. These are very nice for your collection. They're not the first Doomsday figures ever released. There was a Doomsday figure in a 2-pack that came with comics. There was a Doomsday figure that came out in the first wave of Superman figures from DC Direct. This is just Matty's way of saying, okay, this is the end of the subscription line, and we're going to give you guys the figure you've been asking for so long. To be honest, though, owning all of the Doomsday figures I just listed, this figure, or this model for Doomsday, especially with the ripped Superman cape, is my favorite. And if you have to pick one out of all of them, this is the one I think you guys should get. Now, the teeth are a little bit off, in my opinion, but all in all, I think this is an excellent figure. Wouldn't you agree, Mike?
Yeah, it's really a totally amazing figure.
Yeah, Mike actually went half with me to get this because I had gotten Superboy already, so Mike actually grabbed this figure.
That was worth the price, definitely.
It's gorgeous. So, and also another good idea, especially with this, it's in a perfect place. It's in a perfect display. Dust-wise also, it'll keep the dust out off the figure, so that's a kind of extra reason to put in my mind. So, for now, Doomsday's going to be there. I'm going to probably build a shelf above the green one for this figure and the other Doomsday figure, kind of a smaller shelf. We'll see.
Yeah, You also put something new on the wall?
Oh yes, I have something new on the wall.
Yeah,
I
I'll
did
just show
add.
it.
We got this with Geek Fuel. You'll be seeing this. Geek Fuel's Mystery Box Mayhem might be a little late because we realized we showed something that we shouldn't have with the code. So until we can redeem the code, we're not going to actually upload the video. It was my fault. I accidentally showed it without realizing it. So Geek Fuel might be a little late, but in Geek Fuel we got Secret Wars issue number 1, the Dynamic Force variant. This is by, I believe Greg Land did this variant. You can find it on Midtown for like $10. But still, it's a really excellent cover. I love it. So it was a really huge plus for Geek Fuel. I would definitely recommend that box. If you haven't tried it, try it at least once. It's really great. So that's it for this gigantic haul, guys. Like I said, the indie review should be tomorrow night. Don't quote me again. We are going to be having our birthday celebration tomorrow, me and Cindy. So hopefully it will be. If not, we will definitely shoot it on Monday because we are off on Monday. And the Big 2 review, again, you saw all the books we have. So even divided up, it's going to take a little while to read all of these. In 2 weeks, once Convergence and Secret Wars, well, Secret Wars is going to continue, but once Convergence ends and we go back to the regular or the new DCU, we'll have less books to have to worry about covering. And we'll be able to read a lot faster. But for right now, we're kind of strapped for time, so we're trying to read as much as we can. Sometimes I'll finish first and Mike will still have a couple of books to read, or vice versa. It just depends on the work week. We are winding down the school year for myself. Michael's working in a school now, so same thing with him. Things are winding down, so time permitting, we will get you guys the review ASAP. As always, you know, we want to get you guys the reviews as fast as we can. We are 10 reviews, starting with episode 290, which will be these comics. We're 10 reviews away from 300. 300 is going to be the first weekend of August. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be amazing, and I cannot wait for August to get here. So I guess that's it for right now. I don't want to ramble too much. So as always, guys, don't forget to check out comic-related Comic Frontline Zone 4 podcast and Frontline Gaming Zone. Together we are your #1 source for comic-related news, reviews, and a whole bunch more. Indie review should be soon. Our reviews on Frontline should be soon. I think my review, I have one book this week. Like I said, my review will probably be around Monday. Michael's is going to be either Sunday or Monday. So everything should be on time from us, and we will be back on Frontline Live this Tuesday. So that's another really great thing. You know, we missed 2 weeks in a row. It's going to be great to be back in the fold this Tuesday. So till the next video, guys, take care, keep reading, keep collecting, and I'll see you guys there. So take care again, everybody.